Okay, at the end of last lesson, I left you with these two problems, so we'll start today having a look at those. You were asked about, on the left-hand side, the yellow triangle. You had two children, Macy and Lainey, and they were trying to work out the area of this triangle. And using the knowledge you gained from the area of triangles, you're going to work out who had done this correctly, and I told you that one of them had made a mistake. With the other one, the area of the triangle was given, on the right-hand side, the pink triangle, you were given the area of that triangle as 42 centimetres squared, and you were given just one measurement there of 7 centimetres. So two children again worked out the height here. So they were given the area and they were asked to work out the height of the triangle. And Simon and Jade gave you their answers and you were asked who was correct and to explain how you know. Okay, so I will show you how you should have answered those now. Right, so looking at this problem, I've drawn it out for you here on the whiteboard. We've got all the information of our triangle here, and we've got what the two girls thought about how they worked out the area of this triangle. So we've got Macy, who thinks you work out the area by doing 8 times 8 divided by 2, and Lainey, who thinks it's 4 times 8 divided by 2, and the question was who is correct. So the first thing we need to remember is how we work out the area of a triangle. What are our formulas we could use? So if you remember the formula for the area of a triangle, I gave you two different ways to do it. You could do base times the perpendicular height, which remember is the height that makes the right angle, and you divide that by 2. You divide it by 2, remember, because it's half of the rectangle. Or you could work out the formula of a triangle by doing half of the base and timesing it by the height. You get exactly the same answer. So let's have a look if the girls used any of these formulas correctly, who was right and who was wrong. So base times height divided by 2, you would do base 8 times 8, and you would divide it by 2. So in fact this is what Macy here has done, 8 times 8, and she's divided it by 2, which would give you an area of 32 centimetres squared. Let's see what Lainey actually did. So she's done half of the base here. She's remembered that you can use this formula, and she has done half of the base, which is 4, and she's timesed it by her height, 8. But that's where she should have stopped. You don't then divide it by 2 if you're using this formula. She has muddled up the 2, which is something you need to be careful of. So she should merely have just done half base times height, which would have been 4 times 8, which would equal 32 centimetres squared. Whichever formula you use, you should get 32 centimetres squared. Unfortunately, Lainey has mixed up her two formulas. Just get one in your head that you're comfortable with and use that one. Be careful not to mix up the two, which is what Lainey has done in this problem. Okay, in the next problem I left you with, we had this triangle here, and you were given the area this time, and you were given one side, and you were asked to work out the height of the triangle, and you were shown two children who'd had a go, and you were asked who was correct. So to work this one out, you need to basically put what you know and then work out what you don't. It's a bit like a missing number problem. So using the area, I would start by writing down that first. So area equals base times height, as we know, divided by 2. If we just use that one, that formula to show. You could do half base times height as well if you wanted to, but I'll just show you using this. So then if we write in what we know, so area we know is 42, so we can say that 42 equals our base, which is 7, multiplied by something divided by 2, okay? So if we look at this, this side has to equal this side, so this side has to equal 42. So 7 times something divided by 2 has to equal 42. So if we work this out, we can work out that then this, because this is divided by 2, this would then equal 84, multiplying it by 2. This top bit would have to equal 84, so then when we divide it by 2, it would equal 42. It'll make more sense when you see the answer. But if you're dividing by 2, to work out the answer, multiply it by 2, you get 84, so you know when you divide it, you get back to the answer of 42. So 7 times something here will equal 84. using your times tables knowledge, you should know that that is 12. 7 times 12 is 84. Divided by 2 is 42. Okay, so this side now equals this side. When we've been doing our arithmetic, we've been remembering that this equal sign means whatever you have on this side must equal what you have on this side. And that does. 7 times 12 is 84. Divided by 2 is 42. 42 equals this. So the missing number we've worked out here is 12. So our height, which is what we're trying to work out, is 12. Our base times height divided by 2 gives us an area of 42. So if you wrote that in, so you've got 12 written in there, you would work out that the height that we were trying to find is 12 centimetres. And looking at our original question, the child who got that correctly was Jade. She has worked that out in the same way we have. So Jade got that correct. Well done if you got that correct today.